some practical tips to get through long list of what I need to complete. All seems necessary and not overwhelm myself and stay hyper focused. So what I'll just say to you is you want to firstly cultivate the right brain training for yourself, because we're living in one of the most distracted eras ever. If you haven't noticed, if you ask people, how have you been? What is the program response nowadays in today's culture? I've been busy. You ever notice we're just addicted to busyness? And this is why our to-do list is just growing more and more and more. Everything seems urgent and important, and that's the big problem. Because what is true productivity? It's not about getting everything done. True productivity is about getting the right things done. So before even putting something on our to-do list, you want to program yourself well, because if you ever notice, we go about our days always saying something on the lines of, is a program, what do I need to do next? Yes or no? Unconsciously, that's what we're asking ourselves. This is how we get busy being busy. Yes or no? But notice people who are truly productive, they're asking a different question. What do I want next? When you agree, if you're asking yourself that question, you'll probably be more productive in life, because you're now outcome oriented. Yes? So what I'll just say to you is, firstly, get into the habit of asking yourself better questions in life. And when it comes to creating a to-do list, you always want to ask yourself, before you even putting a task on that list, ask yourself, what's the outcome you're wanting? And from the outcome, you determine what the to-dos are. Yes? Now, from your big list of to-dos, you want to actually begin to prioritize on your highest, what we like to call lifetime value activities first. Highest lifetime activities. What are those things? Well, those are the things involving your health, your physical health, your mental health. So that could be to go to the gym. That could be to check out LMA. High lifetime value, right? Because that will give you more life. Yes. Anything that you believe will give you more life, those are the things you prioritize first. Next down on that list is what's called HDPH, high dollar per hour activities. Now, in business you're in, or maybe the career you're in, those are the tasks that you do the best, right? Let's say you're an artist. There are some tasks you couldn't easily delegate for cheap because it involves your creativity, involves some level of creative thinking, painting, whatever it may be. And so these are high dollar per hour activity. That's what you work on next. Yes? Then after high dollar per hour activity, you work on what's called LDPH, which stands for low dollar per hour activities. Making sense? Those are, how many of you can think of something low dollar per hour activity? It could be something such as doing the chores, right? Dishes, sorting out some paperwork, emails. Like those are the things you can delegate to somebody else, and you know you'll probably give them, I don't know, $10 per hour, $15 an hour to sort that out. Yes? Low dollar per hour activities. So you want to be working strategically at your to-do list based upon the importance, right? And the reason for that is very important because your energy fluctuates throughout the day. And it's important for you to know your energy fluctuation because ideally you will always want to be working on the right task for the right energy you've got. There is what's called a green zone of our life. How many of you ever felt during the day you're in your prime zone, as in the focus is relatively good? Even if you're a procrastinator, you feel like you can take a little bit more action, right? It's your green zone. That's your prime zone. That normally is for most people in the morning. Now, if you're a night owl, that could be late in the evening. You got to figure out when your green zone is. But during the green zone, you work on of course, the high lifetime value tasks, as well as your high dollar per hour activities. Making sense? Now, you'll notice throughout the day, you also then enter the amber zone. The amber zone. And that's when you're easily a little bit distracted. Your energies begin to decline a little bit. That's more, how many of you know what I'm talking about by me saying this? That's more kind of after lunch. You know, you've got the after lunch dip. So that's the amber zone. In the amber zone, you're working on those low dollar per hour activities, as well as something that's not too important, let's say. And then you've got what's called the red zone. The red zone. What do you believe the red zone could represent? That's when your energy is like, after work maybe, how many know what I'm talking about? Or the focus is just so freaking all over the place, right? For most people, this could be late in the evening. So what you do in the red zone is normally those chores, those things that doesn't require a lot of thinking, big decision making sense? So this is the art of what we like to call self-management. You see, you cannot manage time. You got to manage yourself better in relation to time. Do that, everything in your life changes.